Okay, room number 2. As I told you, for the next couple of weeks, I really had to polish up the red carpet. It's one of those ones where you got to get the sprayer and polish it good. You understand? Because right now we're in the presence of hip-hop greatness.
Aw,
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
thank you.
Can you let them know who's in the building this morning?
What up? It's EVE.
EVE,
How are you?
welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Nice for coming here on a
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yes.
How you enjoying the weather in London?
Loving it. This is perfect. Can it just be like this every single day? It'd be amazing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. So this is going to be a big one today because I mean you're one of the artists that I've always wanted to interview.
Oh, nice.
I believe like you've always got a story to tell, and I've been interested in that story.
Okay.
For some of the younger listeners, Eve, who might not be too familiar with yourself,
Right.
could you just let them know, like, just a little bit of breakdown about your history, who
Yeah.
Eve is? Because some might just think that you're a new artist.
Right.
Let them know how long you've been in the game, where you come from,
Wow.
when it started for Eve.
Yeah, I've been in the game for a minute. I would say probably over now 14 years, 15 years maybe. I started really young, 17, 18, got signed to Dr. Dre. Got dropped from Dr. Dre because I was too mouthy. That's what he told me. And then I got signed to Rough Riders. Actually, I was on Interscope, and I got signed to Rough Riders through Interscope. So, and you know, I was a Rough Rider chick, still a Rough Rider chick, Rough Rider for life.
Yeah.
And now I'm here doing my own thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, 14 years.
That's
So
a long time.
you're going down in the legendary lane.
Thank you.
How has hip hop changed for Eve from when you emerged onto the scene?
Everything's changed. I mean, even just the way you communicate and get your music out to people is changed so much. The sound obviously has changed. It's more of, I feel like hip hop has definitely merged into other music a lot, which I think is great. I love it. Yeah.
What's been the most challenging thing for Eve on your career, on your journey? What's been the most challenging thing for you?
It's always challenging. You know, just getting this album out. This album is on my personal label. Like, as you know, it's independent. That was a challenge. Like every single day. You know, so I welcome the challenges.
So from being at a big label like Interscope,
Yeah.
what was because I mean, how did the change come now that you had to work independently?
Well, I was supposed to put out an album after Tambourine, which was, I guess, about 5 years ago now, maybe. And they basically were like, we don't want to support this album. Literally, we put out 2 singles, Tambourine and this Sean Paul record called Give It To You. And we were supposed to put it right out. And something just happened. I don't know what it was. They won't tell me what it was, but they start hating. And I was like, you know what? You need to let me go. And it took me like 2 years to convince them because they kept trying to make me do new album after new album. And then finally they let me go. And then I went and got signed to EMI. And it was a shit deal.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to do this. And then
What was they getting you to do that you didn't want to do? Like, why was the deal wrong?
It was just it was a distribution deal, but it was so much in their favor. It wouldn't have been, you know, what's the point in making music if I'm not benefiting from something?
Yeah.
They just would have had control of everything. Then finally I was like, you know what, maybe I should just stop. Honestly, I kind of chilled. And then finally I was like, you know what, let me just do it independent. And Sony Red in the States was like, yo, we'll give you a deal, do your thing, you know, be independent. And now, funnily enough, like EMI is my worldwide distribution.
Wow.
So, you know, it is what it is.
That's a good look. So I mean, when you was around, like, I mean, I don't know if you're still around these guys. You could let us know. Jadakiss,
Yeah.
Styles P,
Yeah.
DMX, some proper heavy hitters in the game.
Absolutely.
I mean, how was that period for you
It was great.
as a female artist?
I always say I was the most protected female in the world, probably.
Yeah.
I was literally with 50 dudes or 30 to 50 dudes every day of my life.
No one could step to you.
Literally.
Nobody.
Please. Yeah. I was most protected and I got no dates. Like, because no dudes was coming to talk to me if they see me with those guys. But at the same time, it was nice. Like, when I first got with them, I had to prove myself to them. Like, they weren't trying to be like, oh, this is the girl. Like, let's carry her bags. Let's write her records. Like, I sat in the studio. They had to see me write. I had to gain respect. And once I gained the respect, I became baby sis.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. Really
Crazy,
good time.
crazy. If you're just
Yeah.
logging on now and you're wondering who we have on the Universal show, we got Eve in the building. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Eve is
Yeah.
in the building right here exclusively. And we're just having a little chat this morning. So, I mean, female artists in the game. I mean, you went quiet for a period,
Yeah.
and then it's like you kind of relaunched yourself again.
Yeah.
I know we spoke about the challenges in your career. Do you feel like now this time round it's more of a challenge now because we are limited to female MSCs at the
Absolutely.
moment? So is even though it's challenging,
Right.
do you feel like you really have to sell yourself a lot harder now?
Nah, I think, at the end of the day, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's your shit, not
Yeah,
mine,
yeah.
And I think ultimately I would be lying, though, if I said that, I don't care if anyone listens or gets involved. I want people to be involved and want to hear my music. But at the same time, I'm so confident about the music that I'm making and the path that I'm on that I know that my true fans are going to come with me, and I know I'm going to gain some new fans. Is it a lot? It's definitely harder work, I do have to say. From when I first came out, definitely harder work, but I enjoy it. Like, I appreciate it. I love my music. I feel blessed.
Yeah. So what's so different about what you're doing now as opposed to what you was doing before?
Well, shoot, man, just because it's on my personal label, all of that's changed. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I look at things a total different way as to what I sell, what kind of shows I do, what kind of venues, so everything's different. Everything's different. But it's nice because, I got to do a girls album. Basically, this is my girls album, without the dudes in the studio with
Right.
me. So that
So
was
what is
nice.
it? Is it a softer side to Eve now then when you're saying it's a girls album?
I don't mean softer. I just mean like...
Because you go hard,
Oh, man.
No.
Listen, I'm
No.
a female MC. Like, I'm a lyricist. I spit. That's what I do. So I don't mean softer. It just is like, it was full of my opinions,
Yeah.
basically. It was my everything. I picked everything I wanted to do, which was nice.
Yeah. Now the thing is, like, obviously, more often than not, when people talk about female MCs in the game, they refer to Little Kim and Foxy Brown,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, those twos go in, and we know they go in. But as soon as they mention Eve, it's like people are like, wow, because the catalogue.
Yeah.
Now you've definitely
I was
got
lucky.
catalogue.
Yeah.
You got a catalogue.
Yeah.
Not a lot of artists have a catalogue
true.
of hits.
True.
How was that for you as well? Being definitely like now, I know you can go and do a show now, rock a show with so many hits.
Yeah, no,
Many
it's
artists
nice.
can't do that.
It's true, and it's nice. I have to say, like, it's nice to get on stage and know, hopefully, when I go to a city or a country,
Yeah.
that most of the songs I put on, people are able to sing along with, or want to hear. So it's really nice.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about your new material.
Yeah,
New album.
new album.
It came out June the
Third. Yeah.
Okay. Could you just give us a little insight about the album for those who are not aware of it?
Yeah, Lip Lock is, like I said, my album on my label. It's one of my favorites that I've done. I guess every artist probably says that, though. We got Pusha T on the record, Juicy J, Snoop Lion, or Snoop Dogg, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever
Snoop
mood he's
Lion.
in, whatever mood he's in.
We got Missy Elliott, Dawn Richards. I got some good people on this. Chrisette Michelle's on the album.
Okay.
I had a good time doing this album. Swiss Beats, Claude Kelly. Like, it's a really good album. And like I said, it's a different side of me, definitely. I do feel like a new artist with this album, but I had a ball doing it.
And the title, why the title for the album?
That
That title sounds a bit, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm the type of person, because I love words and I like words that, I don't know. To me, it was like flirty and fun, and lip lock is like a kiss, smooches. Lips are my favorite feature on myself, my lips. And then lyrically, it's like lyrically locking the game down because I'm a lyricist.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to get some tracks off from that
yeah.
and some of your hits this morning.
Yes.
No doubt. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is because we know you got another side to your talent as well.
Uh-oh.
You're not just no, it ain't bad.
Okay.
Unless you got anything you want to share this morning.
Nope.
We know that you're a crazy actor. You can act. Now that's not easy,
No, it's true.
and you do it well.
Thank you. But I definitely had an acting coach that helped me a lot. That helps a lot, definitely.
Now, tell us about some of the films that you've been in that a
Yeah.
lot of people be familiar with you, and definitely Barbershop.
Barbershop for sure, 1 and 2. I've done The Woodsman with Daniel Craig. I've done 4321 actually with Noel. What's his name? Noel.
You know his name?
I
No?
can't remember his last name. Well, let's just say we'll cut that part out. I've done 4321, which is the English film by an English director. What else have I done? I've done Whip It with Drew Barrymore. I've done Triple X. I don't know. Is that it?
How do you find acting as opposed to, because I mean obviously when you're writing, you're in your comfort
Yeah,
zone.
definitely.
So what's that like? Even though you had a coach for acting,
Yeah.
how do
No,
you,
it's scary still.
Really?
To this day, I get so nervous when I get on a set or even when I go on a reading in a room. Even if it's just us like this.
Yeah.
If I have a script and I have to act, I give the worst readings. Like I always tell people, just hire me. I promise you, on set I'm good. I'm gonna suck at this interview, but on set I'm good.
you remember your lines?
I
well?
do, but you know what I think helps
Yeah.
me with that is music. Is
Right.
music, because you have to memorize, and I kind of read things melodically. I kind of read things melodically. So when I read lines, I kind of read them in a way that I would say them to a beat, kind of,
Right.
and it helps me remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eve, it's been a pleasure having you here this
Definitely.
morning.
Thank you for
Do you know what I
having
mean?
me.
I mean, you're in London.
Yeah.
You're here. I heard you reside here now.
I'm here. I love it. London
Wow.
is like my second home now.
No,
I
crazy,
love it.
crazy. We must
Yeah.
get you on a show again,
Yes,
we
bring
must
me
get you on-
back.
No, definitely. Anyway, we've got Eve in the building.
Yeah.
Could you introduce your single right now, which is definitely doing the rounds? Could you introduce it right now?
Wait,
Universe?
which one do you guys have? Make It Out the Town. Or
Make It Out
EE?
the Town, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So here's one of my singles off the new album Lip Lock. It's called Make It Out This Town, and it's featuring a guy named Gabe Supporter.
And after that, I'm gonna go through some of your hits this morning.
Okay.
What should we go off with after that one? Give me one.
let's
I've got them
see.
all here this morning.
Right now, here's another one of my favorites. Blow Your Mind.
Blow your mind. We'll definitely get it in.
Yeah.
Universal show in the building.